Sunlights is my technique I created a couple years ago, and it will just recreate what the sun does to your hair all summer long.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
And no, my blonde clients are totally addicted. And it's great for blondes that really just want to change, but not that much of a change. So
I want it.
It's perfect for your hair.
Great.
Okay, let's get started. I'll show you how to mix. This is a product that I love to use because this is exactly what we'll be doing today. We're going to be painting your hair. And inside the kit, you will find the developer and the powder lightener, and we're going to use the kit, which I use for everything. It's my go-to kit. It's there for everything that you need to color your hair with. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's so easy. So I'm going to start with the powder, and this is what's so easy. I'm going to pour this into the bowl, and then the developer goes on top. I love using a smaller brush because it's the best way to apply. And the most important thing right now is when you're mixing, it is completely mixed all the way. We're going to find 3 pieces on either side of the top and 4 pieces on either side of the bottom. Okay. And that way we can pretty much manage it. Okay. Down the middle and the back and brought all of your hair to the front. So now we can get started with the sunlights.
How do you choose which pieces to sunlight?
You know, I feel like the best way to start is sort of in the middle, because it's so much easier to keep it more random looking if you are not starting in the front. So I try and pick a good section, I don't know, about an inch, inch and a quarter, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tease it really lightly, and then I'm going to paint. So I'm getting the lightener, and I'm only going to be painting the top.
What does the teasing do?
That basically separates the hair so you're not going to end up with a line. So you don't see exactly where it starts and exactly where it ends. It's just like a very even, pretty, natural looking piece. So after this piece gets done, then we can pick a piece in the front. Again, we're going to pick sort of a bigger piece, fine but wide. And it's really important you have sort of processed hair in the front. I want to pull some of that out because that's already blonde, so it doesn't need to be any blonder. And we'll just work around it as it's the same, as if it were the same piece. And we'll just work around it as if it were the same sectioning, but we're just taking the piece out already. So now we can lighten this piece. And again, just on the top only. You don't need to do on the bottom, just the top section only. Make sure it's saturated and let go.
And that's part of your secret to keep a couple inches from the root?
We don't want to go all the way up to the root because then it looks like you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be just a really easy,
natural,
pretty like day at the beach.
It's true, it looks so artificial when it's stripy on the top.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to avoid.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to pick a section that goes on the side but kind of covers the back a little bit too. And again, I'm going to tease it. And now I'm just going to do the ends. I don't even want to go up as high because these need to be random looking, and you don't want it to look like you've tried too hard. So now I've shown you 3 pieces on the top on this side. I'm going to give the product to you, and let's see if you can find the same pieces on the other side.
Okay, so I'm going to start in the middle.
Okay, and you're starting in the middle. Make sure it's not going to connect with this side. You want to make sure that it's, yeah, that's perfect. It's a little bit off center to where the other side is.
Okay. I'm going to tease. Got enough teasing?
That's good. And if you think about where this highlight's starting, don't start in the same place. So maybe start a little farther down because you want to make sure it's not symmetrical. So you can just paint the top layer of it because that way when the hair sits on top of the rest of your hair, then there's no color that's going to be leaking or bleeding through. Okay. So that was perfect.
Okay, great.
Okay, so find another piece.
All right, I'm going to go to the back.
Okay.
Kind of random.
Get the teasing comb. Maybe pick a slightly wider piece. The parting is good, but just maybe wider. And you've got a blonde piece in there, so we don't need that. There you go, perfect. See, you're like a pro now.
That's a nice wide piece.
That's good. And tease lightly. You don't have to tease hard at all because when you're rinsing, you might end up with a knot. So it's just enough to just like open up the hair a little bit. So it's just more of a natural looking piece. And then just paint it right on top.
Okay. Now, front piece.
A front piece is important.
Find the darkest one.
That's perfect.
Okay. I like that it's really at the tip.
Me too. I think that's perfect because when you have one piece starting here, you don't want the other side to be exact. But let me just show you, I would maybe go up just a little bit more so it's feathering down into that piece. That's perfect. See, now it looks more organic looking.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, now I'm going to take it back and let's go back to the other side.
Okay.
And I'm going to find 3 pieces on the bottom over here, and then I'm going to hand it back over to you, okay? It's nice when you have a piece that's already blonde, because you're not having to wait for it to lift all that much. So you just want to make it look like it's more sunlighted.
So on the bottom, the pieces can be blonde.
They can be blonde, and that would be perfect.
I think your teasing technique is really genius. I've not seen that before.
It just allows the color, again, to look more organic and not so like perfect looking. Because that's when things start looking really, really fake.
Yeah.
So there's one piece, and then I see here, this would be great. Maybe we'll just do some of the tips on this piece. Let's grab that.
I can see how this would really look like the sun is naturally lighting my hair.
This is kind of really what it does look like when you're at the beach, so it's perfect. There we go.
Do you like thicker pieces at the bottom?
I do, because I think it looks piecier.
I like that.
I like it when it has more definition and more contrast. So we've done 1, 2, this piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm handing it back over to you now.
Okay.
And you can do the other side. Now I think in here, if you find something in the front, because right around the frame of your face, that's where you really want the lightest pieces to be. So find something in the front that's right around the frame of your face, like maybe even like this piece here, shake it a little bit. And then you can tease it, and then you can paint it. Shake it. That good? That's great.
Now I get to be an artist.
That's great. See how you did this here? That's perfect. What you don't want is a straight line, like I said before. So you're really feathering the color down into your hair. It's a little less saturated on top and more saturated on the bottom.
Got it. Rather than just like going like this and down.
Exactly.
You want to feather. Okay.
Yeah. So this is really all in the technique. I mean, you can do any color you want. You can make it golden blonde, the lightest blonde, platinum blonde, any color you want, but it's all in the technique of where the pieces actually go. Good, you did it. So now all we have to do is wait.
Hey, I like how they're randomly put in. It's fun. You really don't have to think about it too much.
So it's been about 15 minutes. Let's take a look.
Okay.
So grab the piece of hair and really gently with a fine-tooth comb, what you want to look for is the lightest golden blonde to almost the inside of a banana peel. And if you see that, then your sunlights are ready.
They're ready. Perfect.
So here's the final result. How do you feel?
I absolutely love it.
Good, so you did your base, you did your sunlight, and it looks great. It was easy, right?
It really was. So much easier than I thought. I couldn't believe I did it. I had the best teacher, but you can do it at home too.
I'm glad you thought it was easy.
I did.
Good, so now you can check back often. I will have a lot of different tips for a lot of different hair colors, so you can try it at home. So go ahead and try it, and And when you're done, please send me video or pictures, and I would love to see how you did.
If I can do it, you can do it. Have fun.
JenniferJBeauty.com. Good, look, you did really good. Look at your highlights.
Love it.
Your sunlight. They look so pretty.